Hello everyone, I hope that was... My name is Suicidal Grind, and as always, I am... usually when I talk like this, in a more serious tone, I have something on my mind that I want to get shared across the internet, and hope at least some people can get the message and also feel the sorrow that I currently feel. Now, I would like to read a factual text about a specific slam metal or brutal slamming death metal band called Dehumanizing Itatrain Worship. Now, I do in fact have a sticker by them here and on my amp, which were the two stickers that came with the shirt that I have right here. It's a bit, roughed up, it might be a misprint. It looks like it, but I don't care because I'm not one who really cares about shit being misprinted. But this is the amazing sick. By the way, the Stillbirth Records is supposed to say it right there, but it's basically gone from my so-called unprofessional people in my home that unprofessionally wash my clothes. Now, I usually buy clothes that are a bit too big for me because I don't like them sitting perfectly tight, because then I'm gonna end up gaining weight and becoming bigger. It really hurts down here in my throat right now, so I'm not gonna make this a super long video. I need to start shutting the fuck up today. But here's the text. I basically wrote this in the span of 2 days. So, here we go. Dehumanizing Itatrain Worship was a doujin, I'm not good with pronouncing those stuffs, metal project led by Kiryu, vocalist of Obsolete Nova, also a good band, you should check it out. Obsolete Nova. No spaces, no bullshit, just, yeah. Their project name is inspired by the event that a group of overheated anime fans worshipped the Itatrains in Shanghai. Kiryu found the whole thing extremely absurd and ridiculous, which to a certain degree I can agree on, but I kind of worship anime characters myself, so I'm going against what they're really standing for here. But that's whatever. I can respect their opinions and stuff, but that's not the important part here. Let's get to the text here. Itatrain, originally Japanese term, refers to trains that have comic paintings on them, which in this case is anime. There are also Ita cars, Ita guitars, etc. Now, this is gonna come to a point where I can't pronounce anything, but Ketsk Nibiru 666. I'm just imagining how it would be pronounced in a more foreign way. Senjugaharas Yusei. Their names sound kinda, Japanese though. Even though they're formed in China. It's weird. I don't know. And Itsuka also sounds very Japanese for some reason. Who is currently in Japan, joined Kiryu to record the album. So these other people who I just mentioned, Ketsuke Nibiru, Senjugahara, and Itsuka, joined this man Kiryu to record this album. Now we get into the more stuff. Despite the fact that they all hate the act of worshipping anime characters, they all enjoy good anime. So yeah. The music is inspired by the anime series Love Live, and from the idol group Use from the anime, spelled with a weird looking U. Ketsk wrote 2 songs, including the intro song. Senjugahara recorded, programmed 1 more song. Nibiru 666 wrote, recorded, programmed 2 songs and an outro. Kiryu and Itsuka wrote the lyrics apart from those lyrics which came from the original songs in the anime, which they used like original lyrics from and the songs in the anime and literally just wrote them as breakdowns. It's amazing how the creativity what's a good word? It shines from them. And recorded the vocal tracks. The final mixing and mastering was all done by Senjugahara Yusei, who made the final result sound massive, which it does. And I'm kind of sad I missed out on those hats. Moment of silence. Not really a moment of silence, but I hope they release more hats, because Dehumanizing Itatrain hats was... The original Facebook page. Here's the important part. Their original Facebook page got taken down by the Chinese government. Now keep this in mind. So Stillbirth Records, which is the label they released their music through, made a new page as for now, until the guys are back. And I put a link because this was a school project. I was supposed to write a fact text about something, so I chose this band, and I think it was pretty good. I actually did spin the wheel to randomly decide. I did 3 spins and it landed on this band 2 times in a row, so win-win. Their first release, earlier mentioned in this fact text, You Sick, featured 6 tracks in the style of brutal, slamming death metal, or slam metal, which I like to call it because it's much easier to, call it that way. The songs in the correct order are Nico Nico Ni, intro, Brutal Rush, Suicide Happy Holiday, Bokura Slam No Slaughter, and my favorite song, Unbalanced Virtual Love, really amazing by the way, and the outro. Their next release, keep in mind, is a split album with Cheerleader Concubine, also a very good band in this specific genre, called The Divine Union of Serrated Flesh. This rolls up the tongue, which is coming out soon, or at least it was. To summarize it all up, Dehumanizing Itatrain Worship has one more release upcoming, and are a slam metal band or a brutal slamming death metal band that was formed by some dudes in China that were disgusted by the act of worshipping anime characters, and Music turned out to be a great album. And to add on to that, they have decided to collaborate with another band called Cheerleader. Can I please read English? Please work. Called Cheerleader Concubine, and are releasing the new album under the name The Divine Union of Serrated Flesh, which is probably going to be an epic slam metal / brutal slamming death metal album that many people will enjoy. So with that, I end this factual text with a thanks for listening to this text, and I hope you've learned something today. Bye. But the problem is the fact that at the time of writing this, it was like, last year this person wrote this, and that's also when they started working on the album. And as of now, there's only one song that has been released from this, the Divine Union of Serrated Flesh, who was 8 months ago. This album was announced last year in May. It's been over a year, and this album hasn't been released. Which is why, because they're having, from what I read on Facebook just now, they're having issues with the album. Something, I don't know exactly what, but I think it has something with the Facebook page being banned by the Chinese government, or something in that category. But the important part here is, I really hope they get together and fix this album together as soon as fucking possible. I hope they will get this album done by this year. Because if we had to wait another year, it's gonna be a sad day if we have to wait more than 1 year for this album. I feel like waiting 2 years would just be ridiculously long time of wait. And keep in mind, only one song. They've only managed to release one and only song. Now this is quite sad, because I really want this. I want this album to exist. I want this album to be released in this year at least. Now, my hopes are up that they will finish it this year at least. I don't care when, but if they finished it before this year's over and somehow release it, I can assure you guys that it'll be all good. But we can't make promises for ourselves, since we already know there are some issues with the album and releasing and stuff. So that's interesting. I don't know what's the problem, but I hope they solve it very soon, and that they can get through with this album. So at that, I think I'm ready to say goodbye, and thank you for watching. I've been Suicidal Grind, and this has been a very concerning thought about the album, The Divine Union of Serrated Flesh. Peace.